Hi everybody, I'm Rima here once again. Let's jump into the topic because I'm really sleepy. I think you can see the time in my clock behind, and I've had a long day. So I want to make this topic since the last week, 1 week, and I think finally let me just make it so that I can go to the next video, which will be a health related video. So today's topic is that other people's lives are luckier. That feeling that's in so many people's hearts today is that other people's lives are better than mine. Other people are luckier than I am, and their lives are more comfortable, easier, etc. So I want to cover the truth about that belief, that feeling, why some people are luckier than you are, and what you can do about feeling more lucky. So let's jump into the first part of this video, and that is the truth about other people being luckier than you are. Okay, and I know that this is really it's a very real issue of today's time. There is maybe many of you don't know, but 90% of the people, at least from my experience, from the people that I know, that I've even strangers and acquaintances that I know, are living with that feeling that something is missing in my life which somebody else has. So there's that natural constant comparison of how why did it have to be me? Why did my life have to be worse than somebody else's? And the truth is that really everybody who thinks, like, if I think that somebody else's life is better than mine, that person is thinking the same thing about me. So, and you might tell me that no, and I've got this from my clients before. So I gather all this from clients, from friends and family members who are sharing their experiences, emotional problems with me, and I am that natural person who wants to support and hears people out. So I do naturally have a lot of people who share their troubles with me. And really, you will go to see that if you just look at their Facebook profile, or if you were just to meet them on a day-to-day basis, their lives look amazing. But when they share their inside stuff with you, you realize that no, it's not. It's not what you see. Like, you cannot always believe what you see, or surface face value is a risky value, to weigh on. So unless if you know a person very, very closely, you're a very good friend of that person, only then you would know what's really happening behind those four walls, what's really happening when nobody's there, what's happening, what is the family dynamics, what's truly happening inside that house. And even if you may be visiting a friend 4 times a week or every weekend, spending several hours, still you will not know the truth about somebody's life unless and until you're a very close person, or you are with a person who easily shares their problems. And I can prove this over and again by the astrological charts that I see. When you see stuff that in the chart, you're like, I would be like, oh my goodness, how do you live in this marriage? Or, what has happened in your past? It looks horrible. But if you were to see their Facebook profile, they look absolutely like, it feels like they're having the best life, because they might have posted pictures of only the places where they traveled, where they look good, they're having happy moments. But those happy moments that you see on Facebook, that's just one moment. You're just looking at that one moment. Remember that. You do not know what happened 5 seconds before that moment and 10 seconds after that moment. It would have changed just like that. It's just, I'm encouraging you to have that perspective. That's a broader perspective, to not look at just the face value of, somebody's presentation about their life and just making a judgment or a belief based on that. Because that's, not only is that inaccurate, but it's not even helping you. And it's not even the truth. So even like clients, when in coaching sessions, counseling that I've done in the past, when they share their problems, really, like, you would not, and then they would be like, I've never shared this stuff with anybody ever for years. So there's so much that's held into people's hearts that you don't get to see that in their day-to-day life. So please know this, that what you see is not always the full picture, or it's often not the full picture. And I want to give you a couple more examples, real life examples, because I know some of you will need that convincing statements or neither convincing evidence. Okay, so first example is my example. So you know it's 100%. I'm giving you 100% true information, because if I were to tell you somebody else's story, you'll be like, I don't know if that's true. So this is about me. I was about in my early 20s, and I attended this party that I was invited to by my friend. Believe it or not, I don't know if anybody knows. That's the only party that I've attended as a youngster. I came from a very strict background at home, so I wasn't allowed to hang out with friends, go out, attend events and parties, and that's the only party that I have attended. But people who saw me at that party would have never believed that, and they wouldn't have, because I only knew 3 people in that party, and we were all a group. So we were like group, as in we were a group of 3 friends. We knew each other well. A group of 4 friends, so we knew each other well. And the rest of the people, and there are tons of elders, youngsters, I did not know anybody. And they had this great music system. Maybe there was I don't think there was a DJ, but there was a great music system. I don't remember if there was a DJ. And they had great those disco lights, and the plan was to have a dance party, but nobody would come on the dance floor to dance. So, and the way I was dressed, I completely, at that time, I was like that crazy youngster, who loved to deck up, and I had red corduroy pants and a white top, so I looked like really charming and nice, and like the party going babe. I took the mic. And the things that I said, I got everybody on the floor, and the party was raving crazy that night. And it started with me going on the mic, saying things, whatever I wanted to say. I wanted to get people moving and shaking, and I did it. And then the next day, the other friend, the good friend that I had, he called me, said, wow, Reema, you're so lucky. Like, you're lucky, you have a great family, you come from a great house, you have a great life. And really, when he got to know me very closely, we became very, very close friends. And he was like, Reema, are you serious? Like, nobody can tell the kind of life you're living, because I was living a very difficult life, a very, very difficult life, coming from a single parent family with a lot of emotional struggles, financial struggles, etc., etc. I don't want to go into all those details, but he realized, I think that was the lesson of his life, that don't make a judgment on somebody from what you see, because people are living in denial. There are so many people who are living in denial. So we may show a very good picture outside, but we're not even realizing that that we're not even telling ourselves that we are living in so much trouble and pain. So we're trying to mask that by trying to show to the world and to ourselves that our life is great. So that's one part. Then there are other people who want to cover up, who know that they're living in pain and difficulty, and they don't want the world to know, because the social impression is very important to them, of etc., whatever that is. So they show a very good image by consciously, by choice. And then the third set of people is that they just want attention, and they are trying to cover up their loneliness by getting attention outside. So there's different reasons why. You don't need to go into the reasons, but you need to know. Let me give you another example. So during that same time, when I was a youngster and I had so many problems in, growing up, I had this other friend, very good friend, who I was supporting. She was also from a single parent family. And again, people would not, like, she also went into modeling and did lots of stuff to do with the media world, but really, you couldn't tell all the horrible things that were happening in her life. Nobody could tell unless I don't know if she had any other friend except for me at that time who knew about her troubles. And then there's this cousin of mine who so beautiful. She was so beautiful, so pretty, and such a pretty person, very affectionate. And we were very close when we were young, but then I got married and I left India, and so I wasn't in touch with her. And she committed suicide one day, and it was a shock to all family members. But why was it a shock? It was a shock because we did not know what was happening in her life on a day-to-day basis. We thought that all that she was sharing on Facebook was the reality of her life. It wasn't at all. It was nowhere close to what truly her life was. So if these examples, and I can continue to give you examples, and these can be examples of people from all ages and walks of life. It can be the truth of somebody, even if they are senior citizen, in middle age, a young child as young as 4 years old, a teenager, doesn't matter. But there are people who are living lives with so much difficulty that we do not know about from the surface, from the face value, or even when we know them, we think that we know them well enough, but we still do not know what's happening inside those four walls when nobody else is there. Okay, so know that. And that also is a part of, children being abused, coming from even very good families, and outside, you might, like when you meet them, you may think they're the best parents, or they're having the best childhood and family life, but so many children are being abused just behind closed doors. Okay, so that's the truth about other people's lives are not necessarily, or most often not as lucky as you think they are, or not as easy and comfortable as you think they are. The other part, you can notice my voice change, and that means that I'm really tired, I'm really sleepy. My voice change says a lot about how I'm feeling in my body or in my mind. Okay, so that's one. The second part, the truth we've covered, why some people's lives are better, easier, or I would rather say why some people are luckier than you are. And that's a very important, it's a very, very important piece of wisdom to acquire or to understand. If, again, coming to that friend who thought my life was awesome, and then what he saw and the way he was shocked to know what he got to know about my life. I would still, so, other people would think my life, I was so lucky to have such a big house. I just had a big house, but we did not have money. We really grew up with a lot of financial challenges. So from the outside, you might think, wow, like this days she has a 5-bedroom house. What's the truth about that's just the structure, right? But still, I think I am luckier than so many of you, because so many people, I don't want to say you as in you, but in general, so many people, because I am what I am because of the struggles that I've gone through. So I have so many friends, even elders for that matter, who come up to me and say, Reema, like and this is nothing to be bragging about, but I'm sharing to give you that perspective, that people will say that you have so much wisdom or maturity at a young age. And how do you do that? How do you write the articles that you do, or make the videos that you do? I do it because I have seen life through the way I've experienced life, all the experiences that I've had. They have made me the person that I am. So my life must have been, it was way horrible in so many of or all of my friends and cousins, but still, I think I was luckier to have those struggles in my life. So I would say the luckiest is a person who's luckier than you is the person who is not comparing his or her life with somebody else's. That person is luckier than you are. Yes, their life may be worse than yours in reality, but in their mind, if they are if they don't have that comparison going on, if they don't have those feelings of jealousy or feeling impoverished or etc., that person is definitely luckier than you are. Or luckier is the person who is, instead of thinking that why somebody else's life is better than mine, or how my life can be as good as theirs, is the person who thinks that how can I use this to my benefit, use my struggles, use my life to my benefit, come out of it, grow out of it like the rising phoenix, or etc., whatever example you want to take. So that's that about who's luckier. And the third part of what can you do to feel luckier, there you have your answer. That's your answer. And the second answer that I gave you, your answer is right there. You can make your life. I have lived in 3 continents, 3 different countries, from totally different cultures. From Bombay, from a city life like Bombay, which is like New York, I went to Tanzania, where I was even cooking on a kerosene chula, and we had aluminum vessels, and a very I used to call it the primitive life at that time, very, very backward in terms of infrastructure and lifestyle. And then now I'm in USA, but even in USA, I'm in like a town like Arizona. So, and people think that because you're living in, in USA, you are so lucky. Really, it's not about where you live. It's not about where you live. There are struggles no matter where you live. I've lived in Africa, India, and America now. I can say that with a lot of conviction that there are troubles everywhere. If you're looking at the geographical, or if you're looking at the picture of developed country, underdeveloped country, etc., there's pros and cons to every single place that you live in. It's not about the place, it's about the person, the personality, what we seek, and it's about what we make out of what we have. So if you're feeling that somebody else's life is better because they're living in USA, then logically everybody living in USA should be happy. Everybody living in USA should be luckier than everybody living in India. And if you were feeling that people who are living in USA are luckier, they're having better lives, then it's something about the dissatisfaction you feel about your life, not about